Up to 90 degrees, hot and humid. We're starting off in the 70s. The winds out of the southwest, so it's going to be a very warm flow once again. Yesterday we hit 92 at the airport. We should be at 88 for this time of year. Right now all is quiet, just a couple of storms into far south Florida, but as the day goes on, again, the storms start along the Gulf Coast and then march towards the Atlantic coast. We're dry through lunchtime, but then after that those storms start to develop. It is Friday. We're heading into the weekend. Your forecast coming up.
Okay, we love the sound of that heading into the weekend. Right now, if you're in Boynton Beach, you're going to be heading into this. This is the Turnpike southbound. Had a vehicle fire there earlier. It is out, but we are still down, I believe, 2 lanes in that area. You can squeeze by through one. Not in terms of a big problem. I mean, we've got light traffic out there. You can easily get through, but definitely something to watch here, especially if it exists in the next half an hour.
Mike. Right, there are new details this morning. Governor DeSantis facing ethical questions over how his presidential campaign is being funded. According to an NBC report, the governor's chief of staff used other state officials to solicit cash from lobbyists, many of whom had official business before the governor's office. Chief of Staff James Uthmeyer helped raise more than $400,000 in the hours after the May 24th launch. Campaign finance experts say taxpayer-funded staffers openly soliciting campaign contributions is highly out of the ordinary. They add, generally a candidate's fundraising team is kept away from government officials.
Well, discussions on a 600-acre luxury project in the village of Wellington continue. Last night, those talks about changes to the southern boundaries were on the table. The debate is over adding onto the area south of the Wellington showgrounds for a new expanded showground site and almost 200 single-family homes on the eastern acres there. That's about 170 acres. This past Wednesday, the Wellington Equestrian Preserve Committee voted unanimously to reject boundary changes for Wellington North.
Horses don't care about pickleball. Horses don't care about spas. Horses need land, as the gentleman said yesterday. They need land. They need a preserve, and they don't. We don't need all this traffic. We don't have the infrastructure for this sort of development here in Wellington.
The developer is hoping to get approval from the committees. It serves as an advisory board for the village council. That group does have the final say on the project.
Ooh, the comeback Cats. For the first time in franchise history, the Florida Panthers won a game in the Stanley Cup final and have kept their hopes alive for the Cup. Boy, they beat the Golden Knights in overtime. 3-2 last night. This was an exciting finish. Carter Verhaeghe snapped a wrister past Vegas goalie Aiden Hill just 4 minutes into overtime to seal the win for the Panthers. They are now 7-0 in overtime during the playoffs, winning more games in extra sessions than they won in regulation. Game 4 tomorrow night in Sunrise. Let's hope they can do it again. And hey, coming up in our next half hour, we're going to meet a lifelong Panthers fan who's now living out his dream by introducing the team every night here at home. And we're not talking about Steve Villanueva.
Really not talking about me. All right, folks, here's the deal. Good morning, everyone. We are in hurricane season, but happy to report that all is quiet in and around the peninsula. As we zoom on out towards the Atlantic, the Hurricane Center not expecting anything to develop as we head into the next several days. So some good news there. But for us closer to home, looks like another stormy afternoon. We do have ample tropical moisture on top of us. And with the daytime heating, the thunderstorms will start to redevelop as we head into the afternoon hours. So keep that in mind. We're generally dry during the morning if you're going to be doing a little bit of gardening. But once we head into those afternoon hours, you could need your umbrellas at times.
The evangelist and Christian broadcaster credited for mixing religion and politics and making it mainstream has died. We'll take a look back at the life of Pat Robertson.
And smoke from Canada's wildfire smothering the skies across the Northeast. Many are coming down here to South Florida for a breath of fresh air. More details ahead when we come right back. .513 on your Friday morning. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed 6 bills about border security and training. Also talked about a new water-based barrier of buoys as an extra deterrent for those migrants trying to cross the Rio Grande River. Colonel Stephen McGraw, he's the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety, saying the deployment of the first 1,000 feet of buoys will start in border counties. McGraw added They can be deployed quickly and are movable.
The broadcaster who turned a small TV station into a global network has died. Pat Robertson was the face and leader of the Christian Broadcast Network, perhaps best known for the 700 Club. But he brought a huge following with him when he moved into politics, seeking the GOP presidential nomination in 1988. Robertson was 93 years old.
We've heard about it from your friends up north in New York. Some schools closed, Broadway shows, sports now canceled for today. Wildfire smoke from Canada is just worsening the air quality there. Oh, look, just look at the pictures. They say it all, folks. Yesterday, the air quality index started at a very unhealthy level. Thursday morning in the Big Apple, it lowered to just an unhealthy level by the afternoon. Now, air officials, they are warning some flights could be impacted at LaGuardia Airport, may affect other airports across the state. The governor there, Kathy Hochul, is deploying a team of forest rangers to help contain those wildfires right now. It's not there either, not just in New York City, a little further south, I-95, smoke blanketing Philadelphia. The skies there turning a slight orange, as you can see in these pictures, these videos. Gosh, just looks like they did in New York a day earlier. The city's air quality designation now at a quote code red. Students in Philly shifting to remote learning for the day even. The Philadelphia Health Department said the particles in the air are so unhealthy, but they do appear to be improving.
As that wildfire smoke darkened skies in the Northeast, people are escaping here to South Florida for fresh air. WPTV's Dave Bowman caught up with some of them.
Passengers arriving from New York and Philly had a lot to say about the stifling smoke that's in their cities. And they call their arrival in Florida a breath of fresh air. Landing away from the smoke. Passengers savoring clean air after their flight from New York.
I have no problems with my lungs, and I felt like I had a hard time breathing.
Juliana Casalino flew down a day early, leaving a thick fog behind.
And houses reeked of smoke if you left your windows open.
These passengers arrived from New York the day after the tracking service IQ Air reported the Big Apple had the worst air quality of any city in the world.
Couldn't see anything, couldn't see the grass, the trees. I felt the heaviness to breathe.
We're so happy to be out of that smog.
Those flying to the Northeast were on edge. Barb Matias of Wellington headed to her sister's event introducing a new children's book at an outdoor festival.
We are a bit concerned about it, but we have to make this trip.
Some fear this debilitating cloud of smoke will drift to South Florida. WPTV meteorologist Katya Hall.
We're just a little too far south for that smoke to impact us here. We may see a little bit of haze, but most of the wildfire smoke should stay to our north. The farthest south it will go will probably be the Carolinas.
All the smoke in the Northeast did not appear to disrupt travel, with some flights at PBI even arriving early. Most passengers say they had booked their flights from the Northeast to here for several weeks. And with wildfires still causing smog in their cities, they say the timing of this trip is perfect. At Palm Beach International Airport, Dave Bowman, WPTV News Channel 5.
There's a trickle down here. Amazon seeing a surge in sales for air filters, humidifiers, masks as millions up north try to avoid the smog. Google searches for air purifiers up 16-fold since Monday. Companies that make these things like Whirlpool seeing stock shoot up right now, as you can imagine.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
As Katya said, we're not going to see it here in South Florida, which is the good news.
I know. You feel for those folks up north, though, and you understand why they're trying to escape and come here south, Steve.
Yeah, you're seeing photos in New York City, and boy, it is just super hazy from all of that smoke, but it is going to stay north of us. In fact, the forecast for the smoke keeps it into upstate New York through the District of Columbia and out towards the Atlantic. At least that's where it is today. And over the next several days, it does start to thin on out, but it's going to work its way down towards the District of Columbia, staying well south or well north of where we are here in South Florida. All right, so with that said, good morning, everyone. Live look outside across the Palm Beaches. It's a dry start to the day, but once again, strong storms will be possible. We do have a marginal risk of seeing severe weather. The biggest threats will be damaging winds and hail, so we'll have to watch that as we head into the afternoon hours. This morning, though, all is quiet. Just a couple of storms way south of us, in fact, south of Miami. The rest of the state is high and dry. Rain chances today about 50%, but notice they drop as we head into tomorrow. The reason being the pattern pattern's going to shift. Right now we have a front to the north, and south of that we have that offshore flow, and that will allow these storms to start inland and then push towards the Atlantic seacoast as we head into the afternoon hours. Tomorrow the front actually moves towards the Space Coast, but high pressure builds right there, and that's going to create more of an onshore flow for us. So tomorrow the active weather should be inland. So here's Vipercast as we head towards lunchtime. Still quiet, maybe a shower down in South County. Around 5 p.m. notice a few storms moving through, not as widespread as the last couple of days, but we could have a shower linger into the 9 o'clock hour. Then after that we're going to start to dry things out. There's the sea breeze tomorrow, so in our western suburbs we could have a shower around 2 o'clock, maybe a storm, but then during the afternoon and evening hours everything moves well inland, closer to the lake. So Saturday's looking better. If you're going boating, the afternoon storms, they'll be sliding offshore. Seas anywhere from 1 to 2 feet. And here's your First Alert 7-day forecast. It's going to be hot. We're talking temperatures around 90 over the next couple of days with a southwest flow in place. All right, folks. So now is the time to download the WPTV First Alert Weather Hurricane Preparation Guide. It gives you valuable tips and information on how to keep you safe this hurricane season. It's completely free. Just head to WPTV.com/hurricane.